So that'll put a wrap on qualifying for now, anyway, for the BC Super Shifter Association, and take us into the Lordco Supercombo Association. We're going to start off with Brad Vinge and John Lackey. Lackey in the right lane, the Lordco lane, 1966 Acadian. Brad Vinge in his 68 Camaro. Vinge with the mile-per-hour advantage at the finish line, doing a $1:45, winds up 10.95 on the safe side of the 1090 index. Lackey, a little too quick, goes 10.86 at just 119 miles an hour. And now Martin Rochelle and Dean Peterson. Dean Peterson, winner a couple of weekends ago. So Martin Rochelle to the stripe first, goes 10.92 on the 1090 index. Dean Peterson goes 9.84 on the 990 Super Gas index. Now Warren Jacobson and Steve Veach. Veach in the right lane. 1972 Duster. 416 cubic inch small block Dodge. It was 001 red. Warren was on it. 008 green at the finish line. Warren comes up 10.94. And Veach 10.93. Now Sylvia Hoogstens. And Jerry Epps' old Mustang. Gonna line up beside Herman Chan. Chan in the Camaro, right lane. Sylvia in the Mustang, left lane. Sylvia, a little under the index with a 10.79. Herman Chan, right there, 10.91 with a 6 on the 1090. Now Dan Parsons, the Quality Racing Duster. Nice clean looking run for Dan. Dan had a little bit of a chassis issue a couple of weekends ago. Looks like that's all been well taken care of. And that'll bring up Glenn Ingleton. Ingleton. In a 1969 Corvette. We'll be looking to go 990. Left a wee bit early. The top end goes 986. Also a wee bit early. That'll take us from Super Shifters into Super Combo. Lordco Super Combo. Kind of a special day for the Super Combo Association, as today we remember Jerry Epp. Coming up a little later on during the semifinals, we're going to see Jerry's car go down the track. Jerry's going to go down the track with his car. So I understand Jerry's family is on the property. Welcome to Mission Raceway Park. We're very happy to have you here with us today. So Steve Veach on the good side of the 1090 goes 1093. John Lackey, a little too quick, just 4/1,000ths of a second too quick to be in fact. 1089 with a 6. Now Herman Chan and Martin Rochelle. Martin Rochelle in that shiny Malibu. Chan goes 1091. I believe that's what he ran last time too. Rochelle right there with him at 1092. Now Dean Peterson, fresh off a win a couple of weekends ago. Peterson trying to go 990 while Dan Parsons in the right lane is trying to go 1090. So Dean Peterson succeeds. 990 with a 5, 165 miles an hour. That'll certainly work. And that's going to bring up Brad Vinge and Glenn Ingleton. Ingleton in the right lane. Trying to go 990. Brad Vinge, tower side, trying to go 1090. So going to put out another call to Wally DeParent. Sylvia Hoogstens in Epp, as she's named the car, Jerry Epp's old fastback Mustang, tower side. Warren Jacobson in the right lane. So most of the cars in this class you're going to see make use of what's called a throttle stop. So at the finish line, Sylvia goes 1077, a little on the quick side. Warren Jacobson also on the quick side with a 1087. And that will do it for the final round of qualifying for the Lordco Supercombo Association. So qualifying for today's Jerry Epp Memorial Race is in the books.
We are now moving into Lordco Supercombo category. Got Martin Rochelle in the 78 Malibu taking on Glenn Ingleton in the right lane. Martin with the 1090, Glenn with the 990. What's looking like should be a pretty close race here at the end of the track. And Glenn Ingleton taking the win, going 991 with the 1 on the 990. Was 047 on the tree, taking out Martin Rochelle, who was 1094 on the 1090. Martin had the starting line advantage with an 029, but couldn't put it together at the end of the track to take the win. So Glenn Ingleton moving on to the second round. Steve Veach in the left lane in the 72 Plymouth, racing against John Lackey in the 66 Acadian. Both of them running the 1090 index. But John going red, going 031 to the red. Steve Veach 031 to the good. Moving on to the second round, going 1097 on the 1090. Bringing up Dean Peterson in the Mustang. Taking on Sylvia Hoogstens in the 66 Mustang. You got new Mustang versus old Mustang. Dean running the 990. Sylvia on the 1090. Big starting line advantage here for one of the drivers. And Dean turns that into a win down track. Dean was 020 on the tree, taking the win with a 10:05 on the 990. To Sylvia's 11:0 on the 1090. Sylvia was 193. Which will bring us to our next pair here. Brad Vingy in the 68 Chevy, taking on Warren Jacobson in the 67 Chevy too. Both drivers with the 1090 index. And Warren Jacobson moving on, going 1094 on the 1090. Brad Vingy breaking out with a 1085 on the 1090. Brad was 060 on the tree to Warren's 011. So Warren moving on into the second round, which will bring us to our final pair of our Lordco Super Combo here. We got Herman Chan in the 67 Camaro, taking Dan Parsons in the right lane in the 70 Duster, both running the 1090 index. And Dan Parsons going 008 red, 008 with a 7 red, to Herman Chan's 008 with a 5 green. So almost identical reaction times, just the opposite way. Dan in the red, Herman in the green. Herman Chan moving on with a 1090 with a 9 on the 1090. Moving into our Lordco Super Combo category, bringing up Herman Chan in the TCS lane in the 67 Camaro with the 1090 index, taking on Warren Jacobson in the Lordco lane, also with the 1090 index. And Warren Jacobson taking the win on the double breakout. Warren, the 1089 with an 8 on the 1090. Herman Chan with the 1087 with the 9 on the 1090. So Warren Jacobson moving on into the next round. Bringing up our next pair, Steve Veach in the 72 Plymouth, taking on Glenn Eagledin in the 69 Corvette. Glenn with the 990, Steve with the 1090. Glenn's trying to chase him down. And Glenn getting there first with the 991 with the 7, taking the win and moving on to the next round of Super Combo. Steve Veach with the 1093 on the 1090 will not be moving on. Which will bring us our final Lordco Super Combo car for this round, which is Dean Peterson with the buy on the 990 index. Dean Peterson getting a free pass down the track here to get some data. We'll be back out here for the semifinals in our Lordco Super Combo category.
And now we're going to take a little break from the racing, and we're going to remember a very good friend of many here at Mission Raceway Park, Jerry Epp. So today is the Jerry Epp Memorial Race. And we're just going to take a moment, remember Jerry, and then give him one more ride down the track. Today, the Lordco Super Combo Association celebrates the memory of Jerry Epp, who passed away in October of 2024. Jerry was one of our founding members of the Lordco Supercombo series, formerly the Northwest Super Street Association and the Canada West Pro Gas Association, and he was our dear friend. Jerry was a well-respected racer at Mission Raceway Park, as well as all of Division 6. He raced his 1966 Mustang in the Super Street category, winning many divisionals, national opens, and the Las Vegas Motor Speedway national event in 2003. Jerry qualified to represent NHRA Northwest Division 6 in the Super Street category at the JEGS All-Stars in Chicago in 2007. You can guarantee he never missed a Lordco Supercombo race or the Langley Loafer old-time drags. More often than not, his 66 Mustang graced the winner's circle. Jerry was runner-up in Lordco Supercombo in 22 and placed 4th in 2023. Last year, in 2024, he raced every race with us. It took all the effort he had to make it through a race weekend, but racing is one of the things Jerry loved and lived for. The other love being his family, who are here with us today, and they're down on the starting line right now. Today, we welcome his family to watch Jerry's car make a pass down the track with him riding shotgun. Behind the wheel of Ep, as she fondly named this car, is Sylvia Hoogstens, the proud new owner. Thanks going out to Sylvia and Terry Hoogstens for sponsoring the prize money for this race, as well as sponsoring the #1 qualifier payouts for all of the 2025 races. And now, Sylvia is going to make a pass in Ep, and she's going to take Jerry with her. There we go, 1088 up there on the reader board, just about perfect. Holding two numbers, I'd say that was perfect. So, thanks everybody, that was Jerry's last ride. See his lovely wife Judy down there on the starting line, and I'm told the rest of the family. Jerry was a good guy. I'll remember him well. Now the semifinal round. Lordco Supercombo action. Dean Peterson, winner of the last race, going to take on Glenn Ingleton. Oh, well, what did we have there? Peterson not able to hold it on the starting line. Big win light for Glenn Ingleton. He's going to the final. Gets to run it all out, goes 987, 138 miles an hour. So Warren Jacobson gets the bye here in the semifinals. Sportsman, standby call going out to Sportsman. Sportsman, this is your standby call. Please be ready to go. Jacobson hits the index. 1090 with a 3. Nicely done. Oh, here comes the final round of the Jerry Epp Memorial Race here at Mission Raceway for the Lordco Supercombo Series. So I can tell you both of these guys, longtime competitors with the Lordco Supercombo Association, and they were very good friends of Jerry's as well. In the right lane, Glenn Ingleton. 1969 Corvette. And Warren Jacobson over here, tower side. The Corvette, we're trying to go 990. Jacobson, we're trying to go 1090. A purple car is going to win this race. It's Warren Jacobson. Look at that. Twice in a row, he goes 1090 exactly. Dead on with a 6. So at the stripe, it was Ingleton first by 13 thousandths of a second. He gave up a little bit on the starting line and then was a little under at the finish line to get there first. So Warren Jacobson, your winner, wins the Jerry Epp Memorial Race. Thanks going out once again to Sylvia and Terry Hoogstens, the proud new owners of Jerry Epp's car, now named Epp, for putting up some extra cash. Congratulations going out once again to our finalists, Glenn Ingleton and Warren Jacobson. Warren Jacobson taking home the cash, and as I understand it, he designed a very, very cool trophy, especially just for this race. It's like a one of a kind. He gets to keep it.